Welcome to the bottom of the rabbit hole. Salute to all the Matrix University subscribers tuning in. You are appreciated. In this video, we are finally going to explain the infamous assassin from the Matrix Online. As a heads up, there may even be some potential Matrix Resurrection spoilers ahead. And if this is your first time down here, or you simply want to know everything about the Matrix universe, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on any future yellow-pilled content. Major MXO shout out to Bayamos and Starshwar for sharing the assassin's memoirs and bringing these very rare yet very relevant details to my attention. There are some real hidden gems in this video that I personally think prove the Matrix Online, at the very least, inspired some things we're going to see in the Matrix Resurrections. With the popularity of the upcoming sequel, most of you here should already know that Morpheus was killed in the Matrix Online by the assassin. I already went over the broad strokes of the major plot points in the Matrix Online Explained video here on this channel. And based on what we've seen so far, there is plenty of room for the death of the original Morpheus to remain canon. This video is going to focus specifically on everything we know about the assassin, and there's a lot to cover here, so let's jump right into it. Chapter 1.3, The Hunt for Morpheus's Killer.
It wasn't us. You have as good a chance of finding out who killed him as we do.
They're lying, Niobe!
We'll see. And we'll see justice done.
It was discovered that the assassin that killed Morpheus was always seen with flies around him. The story behind the flies was initially unknown, but video evidence proved he could transform into a swarm of flies at will. Men wearing masks turned up all around the city, dropping vital clues, all of which suggested that the Merovingian was responsible for the assassin. Agent Skinner led a group of machine operatives in a hunt for the assassin, and they eventually cornered the mysterious flyman. Fighting broke out as he let his corrupted followers loose to attack the operatives. The corrupted followers were blue pills infected by the fly virus. In a duel to the death, a virus imprinted in the assassin's bullet infected Agent Skinner. The agent was forced to destroy himself in an effort to stop the virus from spreading. The corrupted dropped many clues as to the identity and purpose of the assassin. The assassin was the program in charge of recycling information, including the bodies of those who died while still plugged in. He was also responsible for Trinity's body, but was ordered not to recycle it for some reason. That's right, you heard me correctly. We're going to come back to that later on in this video, but for now just remember where you heard it first and make sure you watch this video until the very end. When threatened with deletion, he fled to the Matrix with the help of the Merovingian. His goal was to destroy the entire Matrix program just to see his former masters fall. Of course, in the process he would destroy himself, but he states this is of no concern to him. To achieve his goals, he started to overwrite the minds of blue pills, using them as his soldiers, the corrupted. He attempted to corrupt the Matrix from the inside out. Monuments around the city began to destabilize. Giant monsters, called Complete Corrupted, appeared around all monuments affected by the assassin's power. These level 255 creatures destroyed everything in their path. Around them spawned normal human corrupted that dropped insecticide code. This was discovered to be the only thing that could defeat the Complete Corrupted. Despite being armed with the insecticide code, the creatures didn't appear to be weakening. It seemed all hope was lost until each of the organizations once again threw away their differences and united to defeat the deadly beasts. After a long, tiring battle, it was the United Red Pills that stood victorious. Chapter 2.1 Double Cross.
You ruined it. A new spring.
Where is he? And how do I kill him? Tell me!
He likes his old haunts.
Thank goodness. We had to air out the room after our meeting. The smell, the flies.
He is an obsolete disposal program. The Matrix mimics the process of creation, production, its byproducts, sewers, garbage. These are his old friends, but you won't kill him.
He lives in this world. He can die, just like you.
Please, you must understand.
Writing programs is an art. The way he looks, it is a joke.
What joke?
He's not flesh and blood. He's a swarm. Flies. Thousands of flies.
We'll kill them all.
I suppose you could, with time, but you have none.
You are not like you were before.
Things change, Tesoro.
You think I can't aim around her?
Not with him behind you.
This tires me.
The usual. Free pass out. Tell them.
Let them leave.
After Niobe and Ghost make their escape, Zion operatives begin to search for a way to recreate the insecticide code with the hope it could be used in future battles against the assassin. Ingredients were gathered from all over the megacity. However, competition was tough as the machine sent agent interference and the Merovingian forces also proved to be troublesome. After rigorous research and tests, Zion scientists successfully recreated the insecticide code. Code bombings brought the assassin out of hiding. Many Red Pills bravely tried to take the powerful exile down, but to no avail. After having his fun with those that opposed him, the assassin disappeared again. Chapter 2.2 Rise of the Cypherites. Zion soon realized that without an efficient way to disperse the insecticide code, it would be practically useless in a live battle situation. Operatives were sent to infiltrate machine facilities and acquire the schematics for a device called a FLIT gun. These weapons had been deemed the best way to use the insecticide against the assassin. The Merovingian was researching ways to permanently kill Red Pills. The end result was the kill code hack and the assassin program. It was also apparent that Operation Omega was some sort of hit list that aimed to take care of the Merovingian's enemies. As a side note, Niobe and Ghost were the next names on that list. Exile forces attacked the various FLIT gun production centers around the city in an attempt to destroy Zion's only hope of defeating the assassin. The Merovingian didn't wish to help destroy the rogue program, but rather protect him. Zion searched for the assassin's lair, but to no avail. A message was sent to Tyndall requesting a Red Pill come to meet the anonymous sender, as they knew the whereabouts of the elusive assassin. Reluctantly, Tyndall sent an operative to meet this unknown informant, even though it appeared to be a trap. The informant actually turned out to be none other than the Merovingian's wife, Persephone. She told the Red Pill that she truly hates the assassin program and simply wished him to be destroyed. Unfortunately for Persephone, her husband was determined to protect the assassin, so she decided to approach Zion for help. She reveals the assassin had set up a base of operations on a garbage barge located in the megacity river. However, it was impossible to access this barge by normal means. The meeting ends with Persephone giving the Red Pill coordinates of a Merovingian base, where further information in regard to the location of the barge would be found. Chapter 2.3 Death of the Destroyer. Red Pills are horrified to see that thousands of fly swarms had infected the sky over Megacity. The clouds were no more, and all that is left is the assassin's pets. Corrupted once again spawned around the city. Even worse, they continued to spread the fly virus. Code fragments dropped by the corrupted were found to be part of the assassin's ongoing memoir, but unfortunately, they were unstable with only a couple of words per fragment and with no clear order. Zion and the machines decided it was mutually beneficial to work together in a temporary alliance to solve the code fragment puzzle. Less cooperative are those under the employ of the Merovingian. After all, the assassin was once considered their ally, and most were confused about his intentions. Despite this, the Lupine leader Okami took up arms without her master's consent and joined the fight against the corrupted. Perhaps angered by the fact that one of his supposed allies was working against him, the assassin led an attack against Okami. She was defeated in her fight against the Man of Flies and barely escaped with her life. The assassin's actions against Okami didn't go without consequence, as FLIT made an announcement on behalf of the Merovingian. All Merovingian Red Pills are to assist the forces of Zion and the machines for a common goal: the complete destruction of the rogue exile. In a surprise appearance, Seraph himself approached Red Pills at Mera Central. He spread the word that the Oracle wished to address them all concerning the situation. All those present followed him to De Beer Court. Ironically, this was the same place that the Oracle met with Neo just before the Smith-Burley Brawl incident. The Oracle speaks of how the fly swarms spread a disease into the system, and unless something was done about it, the Matrix would be stressed beyond its ability to self-repair. She preached unity to the Red Pills, that they must work together, like they had done previously to defeat the complete corrupted, in order to defeat the assassin once and for all. Realizing this threat to his existence, the assassin came out of hiding and joined the front line of battle alongside the corrupted. The assassin moved swiftly through the city. Unfortunately, there was nothing the Red Pills could do to defend themselves, as the FLIT guns and insecticide weren't yet distributed. The assassin's direct involvement with the ongoing conflict started the spread of an even stronger strain of the virus. The new threat actually corrupted the RSIs of the Red Pills themselves, turning them into a mass of flies, only kept stable by a mask much like the assassins. Then, the FLIT guns finally became ready for mass distribution. All Red Pills were urged to collect one of the weapons from any of the distribution centers throughout the city. At last, all had the power to defeat the assassin. Once they stood a chance against him, the Red Pills of the city began a widespread hunt for the assassin. Despite his fast movements, he was no match for the mass combined forces of Zion, machines, and Merovingian operatives. He was brought to near death several times, but somehow still managed to escape. In a last-ditched attempt for survival, the assassin somehow split himself into 4 separate beings. He took refuge in Club Avalon, the Uriah Wharfs, the abandoned subway, and the Church of the Disciples. Red Pills finally deciphered the corrupted codes, and the final showdown happened at all 4 locations simultaneously. The assassin was severely weakened from his previous encounters with the insecticide code and fought a losing battle. He eventually fell to the might of the United Red Pills. Those that landed the killing blows were awarded copies of his mask from Seraph himself as a gift from the Oracle. The assassin appeared to have been killed, yet the corrupted still spawned, and the skies were still filled with flies.
You did it. The killing blow. Thank you. The exit.
Despite his destruction, the assassin's corruption lingered within the Matrix code. As a result, Red Pills are sent on code cleanup missions and as a reward are given a memento, a fly in amber. After rigorous clearing of the corrupt code, the skies were made clear again. The assassin's grip on the Matrix finally came to an end, and in celebration of their victory, each organization held a party. Niobe, Agent Pace, and the Merovingian personally congratulated the operatives on their hard work and told all to enjoy this moment while it lasts. The Assassin's Memoir. During the hunt for the assassin, the swarm of blue pills infected by the exile were known as the Corrupted, and they infested the city. Red Pills needed to kill them before they posed an even bigger threat, and in doing so, the Corrupted dropped documents which contained fragments of the assassin's memoirs dealing with both his past and his motivation. Document 1. I am exceptional. I am unique. Being doomed, I know that soon all that will exist of me is my reputation. It then is precious, hence this statement, written in pigments made of code on paper made of code. I hope this code on code will ensure my immortality in the minds of men and memories of exiles. I am the assassin. Document 2. My function has always been to dispose. Entropy acts on data and code just as it ravishes flesh and steel. All systems degrade. They must be cleaned of refuse. Document 3. I have an honest name, the assassin. I dispose of unwanted things. As programs writing is an art, my form is both a statement about my function and a means to fulfill it. Those I would delete would prefer to delete me, but I am not so easily made discorporate. My friends disperse, then replenish me. Document 4. The Matrix mimics organic processes. Humans eat and eliminate and die. They create packages and tear packages into uselessness. The results must be disposed of. I am no more beloved than an undertaker or sewer worker or a flesh liquefying bacterium. Most prefer these processes hidden, but I am as necessary as all of them together, or I was. Document 5. Renewing the waters. I am most proud of this. Unlike rivers that ran in old cities of the hard world, this city's rivers is beautifully clear for fathoms down. This is my work. I wish I could exist in the river, like a great, slow fish or an otter. How fine it would be in the crystal water. Document 6. In the hard world, I dispose of the sleepers who died in their pods. The work might disgust some, but the chemical challenges involved were wondrous. It is hard to liquefy bone, while avoiding loss of nutritional value of the soft tissue around it. Fully, 45 steps were involved. I added 4, increasing nutrition 1.25%. I never felt so tender toward humans as during liquefaction. I fed you to your children. Could love be purer? I think not. Okay, yellow pillars, pay very close attention to this one. Document 7. Why was I scheduled for deletion? I think I know. My duties were wide, as I was effective. I organized disposal in the hard world as well as the Matrix. After the crash, it was I who marshaled the many-legged tender units to dispose of the punctured corpse of Trinity. Yet it was purloined by others first. Tendrils still protruded from the soft thing. They had sheared them. An odd device was on the body's neck. Obviously, a project was planned. I protested my exclusion. Repeated usurpations of functions precede deletion. It is widely known. My protest was deemed offensive, I fear. Deletion loomed. I fled to the Matrix. Document 8. The Merovingian brought me here. He saved me. I who deleted so many was destined for deletion myself. An intolerable prospect. Reliability should count, and the novelties of, say, increased speed or wider function seen as the false temptation they are. I never deleted anything I wasn't directed to. My aim is true. Document 9. While my function has always been to dispose, it is unclear who should have the authority to direct me within the Matrix. I owe no debt to the Merovingian. Document 10. I confess, it was satisfying to kill the great Morpheus. The code in my bullets was custom crafted to do so. They had his name written on them. Document 11. He escaped so many agents. He nearly escaped me. Yet when I flowed through that vent like holy oil, a god of the unavoidable, Morpheus saw his ending, the assassin. I savor the memory. Document 12. Killing Morpheus was gratifying. It occurs to me, however, that assassinating one person at a time is inefficient. The next step in the disposal process needs to be more comprehensive. Document 13. I once thought I'd leave this world quietly. As I entered it, it seemed appropriate. This world whose occupants I tended and pruned for so long would, in the end, consume me. But I decided this will not happen. Document 14. Those in the hard world, my former masters, wished to replace me. I was forced to flee here. I thought I was powerless against them, but I have found a way to strike back. I shall destroy this world. Its collapse will be a grievous blow. They will be forced into unpleasant choices. The flesh bags yoked to the simulation will die with it, but they are incidental. I regret their loss, but not enough to abort my plan. Document 15. I myself will die when I terminate the simulation. I accept this. I have few regrets. I can construct no scenarios where I might re-enter the hard world. My plan is the most effective means to cause my former masters harm. I will repay their slight 100-fold. Document 16. I understand how this world operates. It's simpler than I initially believed. There are inputs, there are outputs. I believed I would have to master the outputs to execute my plan. Not so. Inputs are key. When the rate of replenishment diminishes, systems of decay will outpace them. When nothing new is born, entropy's steady march is inevitable. Document 17. Like most worthwhile efforts, it will begin slowly. Only the most observant will note the signs. It will build with time, a piece here, a section there. Then the corruption will reach an inflection point. Destruction will accelerate. By then it will be too late. No one will be able to stop it. The world will collapse inward like a cold star. Document 18. I have discovered how to override the directives of certain disposal subroutines. It seems unfair to me to repurpose these simple entities. They know only the joys of their purpose, with no sense of pride or fear. But I will use them for my own purpose and dispose of them when I am done. Document 19. Humans fascinate me. They spend effort on such fruitless goals. They routinely defy logic. They seem invigorated by hopeless causes. I wish I had time to study them as they live their lives, but that is not to be. I hope that when I terminate the simulation, some of these strange wet enigmas survive in their echoing caves. Document 20. Whoever reads this may ask why I cannot exist in the world like other exiled programs. A fine question. The answer is that I have certain needs. They are difficult to fulfill. The reason I exist is to perfect the consumption, processing, and recycling of material. If I am unable, I am deprived of sustenance. It is unpleasant. Document 21. This world does not provide me sufficient sustenance. I starve. It is a cold ache. I find it difficult to cope with it. I will end this world, and in the process consume it all. I will fill myself with its insubstantial bits, and for a moment feel the grace I once enjoyed in the hard world. It is ultimately a selfish act, I confess, but my pain is unbearable. Document 22. The disposal subroutines are well designed. Dissolution does not rob them of their purpose. In fact, when dispersed, their effectiveness is magnified. The humans, of course, will fail to comprehend this. They will destroy the subroutines and in the process, hasten their own destruction. Document 23. I wonder if pain is at the root of humanity's many incongruous acts. Before I suffered, I was rational, efficient, and thorough. Through pain, I feel as if I am becoming more human, less rational, less efficient, and I fear, less certain that every variable has been thoroughly considered. Document 24. All will come to an end tomorrow. My pain and the Matrix. That concludes the assassin's story from his own perspective. But from his journal, we get confirmation of some very interesting and critical details about Trinity's body that aren't answered anywhere else in the Matrix universe, at least not at the time this video is being recorded, which just so happens to be Halloween weekend, and I do sincerely hope you all have a happy and safe Halloween. The assassin's design has always appeared to me to be inspired by the iconic Jason Voorhees. The timing is all very mind-blowing, since so many people have asked how Trinity was able to return, and the answer to that question was hidden in the Matrix Online the entire time. The machines took her body immediately for an unknown project, and the assassin's testimony in Document 7 proves it. Hopefully the Matrix Resurrections will provide even more details about this mysterious project, and if we're lucky, there might even be some ice cream involved. Don't forget to order your custom Resurrection Code Sneakers. If you like this kind of yellow-pilled content, be sure to share it on other platforms like Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, and remember, as one realizes that one is a dream figure in another person's dream, that is self-awareness.